FanDuel. It is winner take all time in the NBA and NHL, and FanDuel is giving you a shot to bring home some big wins of your own. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. That's $150 to bet on spreads, money lines, player props, and so much more. So visit FanDuel.com/UCSS and make every playoff shot count. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. And today's winning ticket comes from Austin Parker. He put this bet in 11 months ago. He bet 10 cents on Victor Wembanyama to win Rookie of the Year. He won 22 cents.
What?
He bet 10 cents on Victor Wembanyama to win Rookie of the Year.
Waited 11 months to win 12 cents.
I mean, what is... No offense, but that guy's kind of a doofus.
He can't even. That won't even get you no time on the meter.
Take the dime and the penny, go to a wishing well, throw it in there, and wish to win the lottery is better use of that 11 cents.
And jump in with it, maybe. I don't know.
12 cents.
What are you doing? Why are you betting 10 cents to win a nickel?
Let me see the ticket
Don't bet
again.
shame.
Please show that ticket one more time.
That is the stupidest thing I ever saw.
The caption cracked me up too.
Interest rates during the pandemic would get you
Taxes
better
on
than
this bad boy.
12
about
cents
to
and
be
11
paid.
Oh, my God. Well, at least he had fun with it. He kind of made fun of himself, so I like that. That is crazy.
So shout out to Austin. If you have a winning ticket, make sure you guys
All right,
send it in
Austin.
to us.
Maybe next time bet 15 cents,
12
spender.
cents.
Well, at least you won a bet.
He did win a
Does that
bet.
even
All right,
count
guys.
as
Game
winning?
1 tonight. Cavs-Celtics tip-off is set for 7 o'clock. We know
Yeah.
Kristaps Porzingis is not going to play for the Celtics. Jarrett Allen still listed as questionable for the Cleveland Cavaliers as he continues to battle bruised or pierced ribs, whatever word you
Can't
want
just
to
be
use
bruised
to
ribs.
characterize
It's got to
it.
be more than
I
that.
started a contusion.
Jarrett Allen's not missing 3 games with bruised ribs.
No, I think they could have phrased it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think that they're
There's got to be a fracture, no? Or something.
he's the way it was described to me
Yeah.
is he's in excruciating pain. It's affecting his range of motion.
Yeah.
Kind of important in the game of basketball.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be, he wants to play.
I mean, he played. I didn't realize this till somebody told me this. He played
Yeah.
in 77 straight games. He missed
Yeah.
the first 5.
Right.
With I think it was an ankle. I don't remember now. I think
Yeah.
it was an ankle. Played in 77 games and then all 4 of the first play. So
and was playing great in the playoffs.
Played 81 consecutive games.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of the guy's soft and can't play.
Oh,
through
that's
injury.
ridiculous. Of course.
But that's all over the internet because they described it as bruised
Yeah,
ribs.
I mean, whatever it actually is,
it's bad.
if you're calling it, listen, I get it, the criticism he got last year, deservedly so. I respect his honesty, but I understand the criticism. But he was playing great.
Yeah.
He was the Cavs' best player, arguably, through 4
Most
games.
consistent.
And to say he's not playing because he's soft is stupid. He obviously wants to play.
Yes.
It must be terrible. The pain must be just unbearable if he's not playing.
Yeah.
I think.
I thought he was going to try and give it a go in Game 7, and the
Yeah.
fact that he couldn't, I don't know. I mean, this is my opinion, nothing else.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
opinion. I don't know why you would bring him back for Game 1 if he couldn't go 48 hours ago.
Right. Doesn't make any sense.
I think, Game 7, it's do or die. At least
Right.
now you've got a little bit of a runway.
Yeah.
It's a much better team you're playing.
Right.
But at least give him the last couple of days, the next couple of days.
Yeah.
In my mind, maybe I'm wrong and he's out there, but to me, a best case scenario would be hopefully.
To
he's out there
Jason's
for Game
point,
2.
too, I had
Yeah.
heard similar things about him struggling to breathe, and I was told, well, if he could barely breathe, how much stamina could he have to actually play in a high-intensity basketball game if he can't even sit down and breathe without pain? So the question I want to start today with, we know Porzingis is out, Allen's questionable, whatever happens, happens. Assuming he can't go for the sake of this discussion, which big is the bigger loss of their respective team? Jarrett Allen for the Cavs or Kristaps Porzingis for the Boston Celtics?
Porzingis.
You think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a better player.
I'm about to say, but they
still have Evan Mobley.
They don't do that.
Well, I'm serious.
No,
You
but
still
my
have Evan Mobley.
argument for Allen is only that the Celtics are so much better that the Cavs having all hands on deck to me is more important than the Celtics, even though Porzingis is clearly a better player than Allen all around.
Porzingis and Allen together being off the floor allows both teams to really open things
Right,
up,
right,
especially the Cavs, to really open things up on the offensive end. I mean, I think Porzingis is a bigger loss than Jarrett Allen.
I think I'm leaning more towards the Allen because he was like the piece that was always consistent, I should say.
Yeah.
You knew you was going to get at least 18 and 15 boards or something like that. And I just feel like when you don't have that piece, Mobley is getting boards, but he's not really scoring like that when he's by himself. No. And you need, going up against the Celtics, you need that scoring. You need that piece in the paint. Don't get me wrong, Mobley's doing his thing. He's getting 4 or 5 blocks a game. But for this series right here, if Porzingis was out and Allen was in, Allen could check Horford. Mobley would be free to check whoever else. But now, if you're going to go Horford with Mobley, that piece is missing.
Which they probably won't do.
They shouldn't. They better not.
Horford is old and doesn't have.
I get
this
that.
ain't Horford of 10 years ago.
I get that, but it's still a size difference.
Yeah, I actually think. I think Mobley is important for them defensively because of the tandem. Somebody's calling me.
Jason, I mean that is ADD right there. That is the textbook definition.
He literally stopped the whole
conversation. In the middle of his conversation to look at his phone, say he's getting a call.
I told you I'm ADD. Like
Who called you? Who's calling you?
I didn't recognize the number.
Come on, people.
I truly have a diagnosis of ADD.
So where were you going with
I have no idea.
I'll pick up. I think I know what Jason was saying. You were talking about
what they're going to do lineup-wise?
You're talking matchup-wise if Allen can't play and Mobley. I was telling the guys before the show, I think it actually helps the Cavs to start Morris or at least a second big so the Celtics don't pull Mobley away from the paint and essentially stick him in the corner and give Boston open driving lanes with their bigger wings.
I'd start Okoro. You'd start Morris. I'd start Okoro.
I would start Morris, yeah.
Well, what are you doing? Putting Okoro on Horford?
No, Jalen and Tatum. Brown and Tatum.
So who's checking?
So you have
Horford?
Mobley on Horford then.
My
fear with that is if you do that, Jason, they're going to put Horford in the corner.
That's exactly what they're
going to do. Mike was saying put Mobley on Tatum.
Yeah.
That's the matchup I want, yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying use Okoro on one and Mobley on the other.
So who ain't in the start lineup then? Strus?
Morris.
Well, if you do that,
you got to fill Jarrett Allen. So Okoro replaces Jarrett Allen.
Yeah, so if you do that, though, Jason.
So who's checking Horford?
You put Strus on him?
Yeah.
Isn't he giving up like 6 inches?
Yeah.
He going to post him up.
Hey, you got to pick your battles.
Jason's right. You have to pick something.
Yeah.
You're giving away
well,
something.
That relates to the bigger picture of this series, guys. And I may not be the expert you are in the NBA, Jason, but I look at this.
I'm no expert.
You know basketball really well. So does Mike. But here's the thing. Like, I look at this matchup and I'm like, the Celtics have home court advantage. Now, they did lose 1 game to Miami, but total regular season playoffs, they've lost 5 games at home all season.
Yeah.
They've been the better team all year. They've been the best team in the NBA all year.
I've picked them to win the championship.
You could say they don't have a great coach, but we could say the Cavs don't have a great coach either. So it's not like when they're going up against Miami and you clearly know Miami's got the better coach. By the way, they lost in 5 games. I know Miami's not very good, but this year.
Yeah.
The Celtics are fresher because they've been resting for a few days. The Cavs just played Sunday.
Yeah.
The Celtics are a better shooting team. Where's the edge for the Cavs in this series that gives them the chance?
Dean Wade.
Dean Wade hasn't played. What are you talking about?
I know, and they need, because the last time he played the Celtics, he looked like freaking Steph Curry.
Was that his big game? Was against the Celtics? Oh, that's right. He had that big comeback. But where is it? Is there anywhere in this matchup where the Cavs have an advantage? Anywhere?
A straight advantage? No.
Nothing.
I don't think so.
So what's the argument? Because I got people telling me on Twitter, "Oh, this is a much better matchup for the Cavs than the Magic were." And I'm like, "Really? Celtics are a million times better."
Where they getting that information?
So I'm like, "What is the edge? What's the Hail Mary that the Cavs can win this series?"
I don't know that the Cavs have an advantage in any one area. Mike, do you think that they do? I don't know that they do. I don't think that they do.
Maybe bench, maybe?
No.
Bench players?
If Allen plays, they have an advantage in the 5 position.
But I'm not counting him because who knows what you're going to get out of him.
So what do the Cavs?
But you're right.
Do the Cavs do anything better than the Celtics? Are they a better defensive team?
During the regular season, they had a better defensive rating, if you want to look at that.
Well, how do you look at it? Don't tell me about stats. Tell me about what
all right,
the reality
is. Here's what I'm curious, because Mike and I haven't talked about this series at all. If I'm the Cavs, switch everything on pick and rolls, go make Jalen and Tatum go ISO, make them beat you one-on-one, and don't. I was talking to one of the Cavs players after the Magic game who said, like, Boston kills you when you start overhelping and you get into a swing situation and Derek White's open in the corner for a three.
Okay.
So don't overhelp, man-to-man. And I remember Ty Lue saying all the time, when you switch everything on pick and rolls, it grinds everything down and it makes you play a lot of ISO ball. So if I'm the Cavs, switch everything on pick and roll. Just switch. And make Tatum and Brown like to play ISO. They like to go one-on-one.
Isn't that going to lead to some very favorable matchups for them?
It might, but again, you got to pick your poison.
Okay.
Tatum and Brown's going to have the ball in their hands 90% of the time. Yeah. Make them beat you one-on-one, and they very well might.
Yeah.
But I think that's the best path to go.
Okay.
To give yourself a chance.
So your JB, or I'll ask both of you this. Your JB, what's your starting? Give me. I know you kind of said it, but give me your whole starting lineup. I'll start with you, Tyvus. Give me your starting lineup, and who are you putting on who, like from a defensive perspective?
DG, Donovan.
Mobley.
Mobley.
Yeah. So then between Strus, Okoro, and Morris, I guess.
You gotta have. I feel like you gotta have Okoro. If you're gonna switch on everything, Okoro has to.
Okay, I'm not saying they're going to. That's just
okay, but that's your philosophy.
But he's also their best defensive
player.
All
right, so Okoro, who's your fifth starter? Strus or Morris?
It's tough. It's a tough matchup all across
the
board.
Okay.
He's been the guy all year.
Strus.
You don't change that
do you agree with that starting lineup?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd the same that they've had all year, and I'd switch Okoro in for Allen.
Okay.
Because I want my best defender in this series with the wings that they have. I want my best defender on the
So when the Cavs first pick up half court before the switches happen, who do you got on who? What do you got?
Isaac's numbers were better on Jalen than they were Tatum.
Okay.
Defensively during the regular season.
So Mobley on Tatum.
Okoro
on
Brown. But again, if you're switching everything, they're going to get switched off them on the first pick and roll.
And you got Donovan on White?
Yeah.
And then
DG on Drew.
Strus on
Horford.
And
if the Celtics try to take advantage of that, even though Horford's old, and you're like, okay, I'll live with that.
You got to give him something.
I'll live with that.
I can live with if Horford has a big game like that. I don't think that's going to happen every game.
If Horford is killing you from the corner, congratulations to them. They're the better. You know what I mean? Like at some point.
Does Horford, how old is he? He got to be like close to 40, no?
Yeah. Al Horford is 37 years old. Okay. During the regular season this year, Al Horford, and they did a good job controlling his minutes. He played 27 minutes per game. He shot 42% from three and 51% from the floor, averaged 9 points and 6 rebounds per game.
All right, is he if he's being guarded by Strus, does he still have the ability to take the ball to the basket at a consistent level, you think? Or is
not as a driver, but I mean he's still crafty.
But like a post-up situation?
He can just shoot over Strus.
He's going to shoot over him. Yeah.
Right. I mean, so I guess my question is, if they put Strus on Horford, are they posting up Horford, or are they putting him in the corner to shoot threes?
So the Celtics actually ran more post-ups this season than any other team in basketball.
Okay, so then they probably are posting
up.
They post up
everybody. They post up Porzingis. If DG's guarding Drew Holiday, they're going to post up Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is really skilled in the post.
Yeah.
Tatum posts up. Jaylen Brown posts up. The only one in their starting five, or really their top six if you include Porzingis for the sake of this, who doesn't post up is Derek White. So they're going to find the size mismatch and try to take advantage of that.
And White shot the hell out of the ball against Miami.
White's playing out of his mind right now,
he averaged, they had all three of them averaged over 20 a game, didn't they? Tatum, Brown, and White?
First round, all three. Brown, 22.8, White, 22.4, Tatum, 21.8.
Yeah, I mean, talk about balance.
Boston is really, 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 really good. But I just came over from down the street at your old place. We had Dan Shaughnessy on this morning, and Dan said basically the way to beat Boston is they're not tested. Like they blow everybody out.
Yeah.
But they will unravel under pressure. Like they can sort of panic under pressure.
We saw it here. We saw it literally in Cleveland when Dean Wade went crazy.
Yeah. So if you can keep it close on them late, you got a chance. But the problem is teams can't stay with them. They're so talented and so good.
Yeah.
They're building big leads before they even.
Hey, to Jason's point, real quick, you asked what's the advantage the Cavs have?
Yeah.
I actually, as you were saying that, Jason, they may have one legit advantage, and that is push come to shove, game on the line. Donovan Mitchell's a better closer than anyone on the Boston Celtics.
I would agree with that.
Jason Tatum, his clutch numbers this season have been horrific. His clutch numbers throughout his career in the last 3-4 minutes of a close game are not good. And if it comes down to you need a bucket last second, who do you trust the most? Which a lot of these games in the playoffs do come down to. I'm not saying this series will, but in general, I trust Donovan Mitchell even on one leg a lot more than I trust anyone in Boston.
What is his injury anyway? What's Donovan's official injury?
It's a knee. Someone's knee. I don't know.
I wrote what it was. I don't remember now, but I wrote it.
Is it knee sprain?
Of course.
I can go find it.
If you had to bet first 2 games, Cavs win or Celtics win by 15 or more.
The line's 10.5, by the way.
For game 1 or for both?
Well, both individually, though.
Game 1, I could see us losing by 15. I mean, we just got
You have to bet your house. Your 2 options are Celtics by 15
game
or
1,
more.
I could see us losing
Cavs
by 15
win the game.
or more.
So you taking the Celtics 15 or more in game 1, Cavs to win in game 2? You think?
Stealing one in TD guard, man, that'd be
I think game 1's the best bet to steal one.
heck of a
Personally.
momentum.
You think so?
It's rest versus rust.
Yeah.
The longer the series go, Jason, I'm not sure how you feel about this.
But the Celtics didn't rest for that long, did they?
No, but I know. But the Cavs right now are in rhythm, and as Donovan continues to play, game on, 1 day off, game on, 1 day off.
Man, I wish
I'm
he
worried
was
about the
healthy.
stamina of his knee and his ability to continue performing at the level he's at.
So you think the Cavs have a better chance of getting blown out in game 2?
To get blown out, in
Yes,
game 2.
I
But
agree with
I think
that.
game
Okay.
1 is your best shot to steal one on the road.
I-
And that's usually in general. I think game 1 is a feel out situation. You're not going to get the adjustments teams make after scouting you and playing you and understanding tendencies. I always think the underdog has the best chance to pull off an upset in game 1.
Percentage chance the Cavs win this series?
15.
8.
I was going to say 10.
20, 25.
All
Yeah.
right.
I think here's what the Cavs have going for them. Number 1, they've unburdened a lot of crap by beating Orlando. Like
Yep.
they unsettled a lot of garbage. Donovan did too, by the way.
Yeah.
Of can't get out of the first round. Hadn't been playing well. Didn't play
Right.
well the last 2 years in the
Yep.
postseason. Was terrible through the first 4 or 5 games until he went absolutely berserk in 6 and 7.
Soft. They didn't look soft in that
So
series.
he unsettled all of that crap. The Cavs unburdened themselves of the Knicks series last year.
Right.
And the Cavs can't win a playoff series without LeBron. I don't
31-year streak ended.
Yeah, but I think that was more important to the owner than it was to the players. I don't think the players really cared about that.
But they haven't unburdened themselves on the road because they haven't won a road playoff
no,
game
they haven't.
in 2 years.
But the point is, they should be able to play freer now.
Well, to your point, Jason, in the first round, all the pressure was on the Cavs. The
For
Magic
sure.
had no pressure.
Absolutely.
Now,
All
the
the
Cavs
pressure's
have
on
no
Boston.
pressure, and the
It's all
Celtics
on
have all
Boston.
the pressure.
Boston has all the pressure from now until the end of the NBA.
I'm
Finals.
sure there's not a single NBA person, NBA writer, analyst, there's nobody going to pick the Cavs to win this
Richard
series.
Jefferson did on Twitter. I don't know if
He doesn't count, does
I don't
he?
know. I don't know if he's beat. I mean,
Why doesn't he count?
He's a
Yeah, hold on, wait a minute. Why don't
Why
he
doesn't he
count?
count?
Isn't he
calls
biased?
games for NBA.
So what?
for
Why does
ESPN.
he? Why does he
He's not
not count?
biased toward Cleveland. You think?
Yeah. No?
He played.
He played for the Cavs.
He's
but-
played all over the place. He
Yeah,
played in
all right,
San
fair.
Antonio,
All right.
Dallas.
Well, there you go.
He
'Cause I
counts more
thought
than-
you was gonna say because he's a former player.
I was going to say.
No.
I don't know if he was joking, if he was trolling, or if he was
yeah.
serious. If he was serious, here.
Okay, so there is one.
The Cavs have the talent to win the series. I totally believe that they are talented enough to win the series, but everybody's got to be playing at their best, and we haven't seen that.
No.
In so long that it's hard to imagine that within 48 hours they're going to figure it all out.
Well,
like
it
that.
ultimately, to me, the biggest X factor is number 10. If number 10 actually plays with some confidence and can finish at the rim, because like I said, he does a good job of getting to the hole. For some odd reason, he either not gonna make the layup or he gonna look the pass when he's so far inside the paint that it's gonna.
Well, he shot it well. He actually shot it
For
well.
some odd reason, he
Yeah.
don't want to do it like that. I don't understand it.
You're right. He probably think he had the best 3-point percentage on the
Yeah.
team.
Yeah,
in
he
the first
does.
round.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, he did.
Sam.
But Sam, 10
But
shots.
but But Darius shot it well from 3, but just some of the decision making, the dribbling,
He got to just
the
stop.
horrible 8-second call, the just getting caught in the air with nowhere to go.
No.
It's that kind of crap that will just destroy them.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
needs.
If he does that
Look
in
at
the
those
series.
percentages.
He
I mean, it's a
needs-
miracle they won that series.
And along the
Badly.
point, go ahead and finish your point. Now we'll
Yeah.
go back to the
What
three-point
he
line.
need is what that same mentality that Donovan has. He's skilled enough to do it. Be a dog. You gotta be a dog at this point. Like that, the only way y'all gonna beat the Celtics is if you be a dog. You just gotta be that. You gotta be that aggressive person that ain't backing down to nobody that can go finish. Go do it. You are a certified bucket getter. You got to go do it in crunch time. That's the only way. You can't let this man down. He's not going to win it by himself. Against Orlando, he could do it because it was him versus Paolo. Against the Celtics, they need all hands on deck. Everybody needs to step up. Karras, you had a good game. You better continue to be that 6th man of the year candidate that you were. If you be that, we got a shot. If we don't, if y'all do the same thing y'all did with games 1 through 6, it's over. It's over.